Hello and welcome to today's web seminar. My name is John Scranton. I'll be your moderator and one of your speakers today as we discuss how to use social media for insurance agency marketing and lead gen. This webinar is brought to you by the insurance marketing and lead gen team at StartUpSelling, and we'll feature two speakers, one of which is Alan Bloom. He's the founder and CEO at StartUpSelling and a published author who's published two books, Your Virtual Success and Sell More and Work Less. He's also the creator of the Prospect Scorecard. He's written over 150 insurance marketing articles. He's widely considered an insurance web marketing expert and was previously named to the Inc. 500 list in 2 consecutive years. Again, my name is John Scranton. I'm an agency marketing expert as well and was previously a licensed agent with a top 100 agency in New York State. I'm an MBA and co-authored Sell More and Work Less with Alan. I've also written over 1,000 insurance marketing blogs, and I am considered an insurance marketing and lead gen professional. And with that, we're going to get started. I wanted to begin by sharing a quick review of the key topics that we'll be covering today. First, we're going to talk about how to optimize social profiles, both for individuals and for the agency as a whole, to help enhance your image, improve your brand, extend your reach, and convey professionalism to clients, prospective clients, and possibly new recruits. What type of content will help you attract new prospects and improve your retention, help you impress your current clients so they want to stick around? Which social networks help you drive business for which lines of coverage? Where do we invest our time for personal lines? Where do we invest our time for commercial lines, group benefits, etc.? What new trends and opportunities are available to you that can help you improve your results, either with current efforts or social media efforts you hope to start? And lastly, what posting and tracking tools are out there that can help you optimize your effort or your return on time and your success or your return on investment? So we're going to talk about all those things. We're going to get started right now. And first, we're going to start with LinkedIn. We believe LinkedIn is important for everyone: agency owners, executives, account managers, CSRs. Everybody should be present on LinkedIn and appear professional. I know that Alan agrees with me, and I know that Microsoft agrees with me too, because they just put a big bid in for LinkedIn and obviously see that LinkedIn has legs and is imperative for business. LinkedIn really is your digital or web-centric resume. It's where people can see what you've done, what you're about, really what you're made of, and hopefully are impressed by what you have to offer. So like we said, important for everyone, but dually important for those of you who want to write commercial lines, I'd say large BOP, mid-market, and big company business, and group benefits. Let's say absolutely 50 lives and up, maybe even 10 lives and up. We also want to briefly mention the importance of LinkedIn for recruiting. If there's a producer out there who's unhappy and is looking for a new home, and he's a star and wants to go to an agency that's really great, your agency could be the best fit. It could be the best opportunity. If you look terrible online, he may skip over you and go to one of your competitors. So don't discount the importance of your digital image, includes website, absolutely includes LinkedIn, in your recruiting process. So let's dive deeper into LinkedIn. We suggest approaching social media, and especially LinkedIn, like a business meeting. At a minimum, you need to show up and look professional. This is my and Alan's LinkedIn profiles, little snapshots. You may not like the pictures, that's okay. But you can see that at a minimum we have current pictures. We have headlines. That's the area where Alan has CEO and author specializing in digital marketing, and I have Insurance Marketing Pro helping agencies and wholesale brokers grow. Those headlines aren't just our job titles, CEO, VP. Not only are those boring titles, they don't help you be more searchable within LinkedIn, and they don't help you attract eyeballs to your profile. So don't underestimate the importance of your headline, because LinkedIn's algorithm searches that headline for keywords, And that headline pops up in big letters right below your name in LinkedIn search results. So if it simply says John Smith or Jane Doe, CEO or VP or account exec, that doesn't help you get somebody interested in what you do and what you have to say. If it says Jane Doe helping people solve workers' compensation challenges in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, that's much more clear, direct, more searchable, more keywords, and will help you get eyeballs on your profile. Also, don't skip over your background info. Past positions, education. Make sure that when somebody glances at your profile, it doesn't say, I've been at this company for 2 years and I've done nothing before, because then it may look like you fell out of the sky. You want to show people that you have a background that hopefully is impressive, at a minimum is complete. So once your profile is looking good, you've showed up to the meeting, you're looking great, you want to convey your subject matter expertise. You've walked into your business meeting, you've shaken hands with whoever it is you're meeting with, they've nodded at you because you look great in your suit and your finely combed hair. Now you want to begin to convey the expertise that you have to them so that they're hopefully impressed and want to do business with you. And you can do this online by sharing quality, educational, and targeted content. This should be content that's important to your prospects, not what's important to you. So it's not ABC insurance carrier posts Q3 gains or workers' comp rates down 2.6% in these 4 states. It should be information that your prospects and clients covet. If you want to write business in Illinois, it could be marketplace changes affecting retailers in Illinois. If you're trying to do business with transportation companies, it's these 3 new FAST Act provisions impacting your business. Or if you're a benefits producer, it's impact of Affordable Care Act on your business. It's information they want to read, not necessarily what you want to read. It should be shared first and foremost as a profile update. You can do that at least once a week. You may want to be doing that as much as daily. Those posts should also be shared to your company page, maybe with a similar frequency, maybe a little bit less. Newer to LinkedIn is long-form publishing. That's what I'm showing on the screen here. This is Alan's long-form publishing page. And this is very important and very fast growing. This is LinkedIn's way of competing for content with blogs, with Google, with everywhere else. What they want you to do is actually publish your content as opposed to just share your content on LinkedIn. And to get you to do that, they offer you a huge feature. See, when you make a profile post or a company page post, it may show up in someone's feed. And if they have 1,000 connections, they may be one of the 1,000 posts that's dumped into their feed that day. And the likelihood that somebody's going to see it, notice it, may or may not be very good. But with long-form publishing, LinkedIn notifies every single one of your connections when you make a post, just like they notify you of a connection request or a new connection or something like that. You get the little red notification up in the right-hand corner that says John Scranton or Alan Bloom or you have made a post. So at no charge to you, 1,000 connections or 2,000 connections or however many you have are instantaneously notified when you share information in this format. So it's very important, very powerful, and at the cost of zero is a tremendous way to quickly reach out to your contacts. Step 3 with LinkedIn, after you've brushed up your profile, you've brushed up your company page, and are now posting content regularly, is to join and participate and eventually, hopefully, create groups. Now, groups, to join groups, join some networking type groups, your local chamber of commerce, your alumni association, join some groups with other industry executives to keep up to date with industry trends and what's changing. But more importantly, join groups that consist of your prospects, local trade associations or even national associations, industry-specific groups. If you deal with healthcare institutions, interact with nurses, doctors, and hospital administrators. If you are working with manufacturers. Find the local or regional manufacturers groups that you can join and begin to participate in the dialogue. Answer questions. Get comfortable with the format, and then begin to share content. The type of content that you're already posting as profile updates and long-form publishing posts should be very appropriate for groups, because it's going to be content that's educational in nature and written for your prospects. It's not going to be about insurance, and it's not going to be about you. If you do make posts that are selling insurance or about you in groups, you're probably going to get those posts deleted, and if you do it repeatedly, you'll probably get thrown out of the group. But if it's educational, targeted towards the prospects that you're in a group with, and is helpful to them, people not only will like it, they'll read it and go to your website and eventually interact with you. Once you're comfortable using groups, working in groups, you can actually create groups. Anybody can create a group on LinkedIn. The challenge is building that group. It takes a lot of care and feeding and monitoring, and you need to send out invitations. So it does take some time investment, but it can also be very powerful. You can see this group I'm showing on the screen is one of ours. It's an insurance lead gen group. It's approaching 4,000 members, 3,875 members as of today. And this is a group that we've nurtured for a few years, and we determine, we meaning Alan and I, the StartUpSelling team, who can join so we can keep out spammers. It consists primarily of agents and or people who work with agents to help them build their business, so other people like us. We monitor the dialogue to make sure everybody's behaving, and there are some advantages. Just like LinkedIn rewards you for posting content using their long-form publishing by notifying everybody, well, because it's our group and we handle the babysitting, we can also do things like feature our posts. The post you see on the screen is the announcement for this web seminar we're having today. I was able to make that the featured discussion for the few weeks prior to the web seminar. So great way to take your few hundred or maybe even a couple thousand connections and extrapolate or leverage the content that you have to share by joining groups, sharing it with thousands and even tens of thousands of people. The key is the quality educational content that will help prospects that they'll want to read. So moving on from LinkedIn, number 2, Facebook. Also important to really everybody to, at a minimum, be present, but especially important for personal lines and small business organizations. Content can be more community and family oriented on Facebook. You can do things like contests or surveys or giveaways that work well so that an agency account manager can interact with the buyer of a homeowner's policy, for example. You can also seek reviews. You can build a library of reviews that can become a digital reference library for your personal lines clients and prospects. We'll also talk more about boosting posts on Facebook in a few minutes, which is becoming very powerful and very important. Last but not least, we're going to talk a little bit about Twitter before we shift gears here. And you can see, spent several minutes on LinkedIn, couple minutes on Facebook, only going to spend a quick moment on Twitter because we view Twitter as a simple addition to your LinkedIn and Facebook efforts. There's tools that make it very easy to post to Twitter whenever you post to Facebook or LinkedIn, and you should do that because it will drive some traffic to your website. And some of those people who are driven to your website may be prospects, they may be people who register for your web seminar or read a blog or fill out your form, but it's difficult to interact with the local decision makers that you're trying to write business with on Twitter. That can be a longer path. So limit your time investment, but do cover this base, do check this box, and make sure that you're at a minimum present, professional, and posting regularly on Twitter. So we've talked about approaching social media like a business meeting, getting prepared, appearing professional, sharing content to convey your expertise and professionalism. Now we're going to shift gears a little bit and talk about using social media for lead generation, how sharing targeted educational content will build your followers, build your likes, drive website traffic, and eventually be converted into leads. So with that, Alan, tell us a little bit more about lead gen via social media.
Social media has matured. 5 years ago, I would not have advised an insurance agency or broker to embrace social media extensively, to say I'm going to use it as a vehicle to actually drive leads to my organization. Today, that has changed, and that is somewhat evident by Microsoft's bid, Microsoft's offer of $26.2 billion to buy LinkedIn, which is one of the largest purchases that they have made, and it has a significant valuation. And ironically, for LinkedIn, it was actually double the price. The price went from approximately $100 to $200 based on the valuation of that offer per share. So Microsoft and many other people are saying, LinkedIn is an extremely valuable source of content, of information that we want and that we think people are going to want, and Facebook is the same. They're also monetizing their sites now. So back when it started, Facebook, and to some extent LinkedIn, they were not really after profitability, they were after establishing a base. Basically, they were the new version of newspapers. Back in the day when the New York Times, had perhaps millions of subscribers, well, those large newspapers, if you added them all up across the country, had tens of millions of subscribers, 100 million subscribers. However, that of course is changing now. So these are becoming the new advertising mediums. As a matter of fact, internet has supplanted television now as the most used method of advertising. So that's interesting. So let's move on. We're going to talk about this a little bit. So what did they do when they said we want to be able to reach these people? Well, in the past, you would try search engine optimization for your website. You might try PPC generic PPC ads with Google. Well, now enter LinkedIn and Facebook. Facebook with literally over 1 billion users that you can access. LinkedIn, hundreds of millions of users, and they offer really amazing tools to be able to do that. So we're going to talk about that. Now, there's both organic and paid. Organic is fantastic, but it's slow. Paid is an awesome opportunity, but it's obviously fee for service. The first example we're going to have is organic. Well, we've been working on this for a long time. So John and I each have, 1,500 contacts in LinkedIn, for example. We have groups with thousands and thousands of insurance agencies who are members. We run webinars. We have thousands of blogs posted, hundreds of articles. We've been doing this for years, so we have a strong organic opportunity available to us. Toward that end, at no charge to us, other than the labor to do it, over half of you today came from our organic social media marketing methods. So John has some examples that we have on the slides here, and you could see we've tweeted it, we've posted it on LinkedIn, we did long form publishing, we have it on Facebook, we've absolutely blasted this out multiple times, multiple groups from multiple people to reach our audience. And today we've had hundreds of registrants today. We'll have a very large number of people attending. That is organic social media, which we concentrate on. LinkedIn for that because most of our clients are agencies, so we're B2B, business to business centric. So if you're selling commercial lines, organically, this is something that you can grow to, so that when you run a webinar, based on a business topic of interest, whether it's succession planning, which is great for small business, or PPACA compliance for people selling larger group benefits, people will see it and they will be motivated to join you. Let's continue on. So that was organic. We're going to talk a little bit about paid as well. Before we get into the paid portion, we want to mention some tools that are important. People wonder how we do all the tracking and all these great posts, and they all look awesome, and they have images, and they have hashtags in all of them. Well, you can use this. There's so many tools available now. Here's three major ones: Buffer, Hootsuite, and Social Report. They each have pros and cons, but if you're an agency, if you have a marketer on board, he or she could use Buffer, for example, at no charge for the basic one, and have up to 5 profiles, and you could use the same post for LinkedIn, Twitter, for Facebook, and other social media platforms that you might desire. Google Plus, for example, which I haven't mentioned yet, deservedly so. If you want something even stronger, you can use Buffer for Business, you can use Hootsuite, you can use Premium Social Report. So there's really great tools available. You just need the time and the expertise to do it. We often say at Startup Selling, it's time, tools, and those are the and talent, and those are the essential 3 ingredients to be effective at marketing. TTT, times, tools, and talent. So let's continue on. Now, I had mentioned paid advertising. So organic, fantastic. You use it without paying. All the plumbing is there. You just have to have the water to run through the pipes. A terrific thing, but it takes time to do what we've done. And we always tell clients it's an evolution, not a revolution. Well, if you want a revolution, you can boost posts. You can pay for ads, both on Facebook and LinkedIn. And today we'll focus on Facebook. So below the Facebook logo, you see a huge spike. And this is from running an ad, from boosting a post. You can have, literally, you can add 50 likes, 100 likes, 1,000 likes, depending upon your budget and depending upon the audience that you're targeting. You can get extremely granular. You could say, I'm trying to target trucking fleets, and I want to target people. I want to target employers perhaps between 10 and 500, for example. I want to target owner-operators. I want to target benefits organizations. I want to target HR professionals, but I want it to be groups 50 to 300, for example. I want to target individuals. All of these criteria are available, and then some, in Facebook. It's a really robust ad system. You can both place an ad, or you can boost a post. You can do surveys. There's all kinds of great things you could do. And as you can see on the right side, we have an increasing number of page likes, and it's growing and it's growing and it's growing. Well, those tend to stay. Once you get a page like, it tends to stay, and then they'll see your posts. But Facebook is smart, so is LinkedIn. They say, we now own the newspapers, so to speak. We now own these subscribers. If you want to talk to them and you want to do it quickly, you need to be running campaigns. And there's a few things you need to know with campaigns. There's the design of them. They need to look attractive. They need to look professional. They need to be catchy. They have to be pithy. They have to be short and compelling. They should have images or videos with them. You need to monitor the performance, compare and contrast the measurement of that. And of course, you have to have your budget and watch your budget and make sure that your money is being spent wisely. So there's both the labor and there's an ad campaign. The labor is going to be more than the ad campaign itself, typically. Let's continue on. So remember, that's organic versus paid. And with Facebook and LinkedIn, a small amount of money can go a long way, but you still need the labor to get all that to happen. Now, what we're really after is conversions. And conversions have CTAs. And social media is great for that, because what you can do in a very small amount of real estate is you can drive people to a landing page, to a feeder form, and it could be, join me for my free web marketing review, you know, call us for a competitive insurance quote. Are you tired of your premiums increasing drastically? We have innovative gap strategy plans. We have fantastic new types of level funded premium policies. Whatever it happens to be, you can use that as a CTA and say, do the next step. Watch a video, join us for a webinar, do a free quote or consultation, all extremely doable, easy to follow, easy to track, and we now want to convert these people and get at least, or approximately, name, email, phone. do not try to get too much information on your form. 4 fields, more than sufficient. Everything else you can glean afterwards. Name, email, phone number, company name, if it's an organization. Make it quick and easy for prospects, and then you can start using social media for those leads, for that conversion, whether it be for a quote, or to join you for a webinar, or to read your blog, or to join your group, or to like your page. Let's continue.
Well, thank you very much, Alan. I'll wrap things up talking about marketing and lead gen via social media. So remember to review. Marketing, approach it like a business meeting, like a client or prospect meeting. At a minimum, you're going to show up and look professional. You're going to be dressed appropriately and treat your client professionally. So have an attractive, professional, complete profile. Be prepared. You'd show up to your meeting with a brochure and a proposal and case studies. Be prepared with content online that conveys your value proposition and expertise. Targeted content that's of interest to the people that you wish to sell to. Shifting to lead gen, you're going to be taking that targeted content and leveraging it to build your followers and likes. Maybe you'll be doing that by boosting posts in some cases, and you'll do that in hopes of driving more website traffic that can be converted via simple forms to leads that you can follow up on and hopefully sell to. So with that, we're going to wrap things up today with a few quick questions, as we want to be very sensitive to everyone's time. Many people have asked about today's presentation. You can email me or call me. My contact information is on the screen to request a copy of the PowerPoint. We'll also be posting a video recording of the web seminar to the Startup Selling blog later today. Many questions have come in. Many of them are very good. Alan, I'll pose the first one to you. Do you recommend using custom messages in LinkedIn invitations when you ask somebody to connect with you?
You know, I do think that helps, and I use it sparingly or periodically, especially if it's somebody that I really, you know, is a future potential client or a really important potential colleague. I tend to send emails carefully, not frequently. So I think the custom message does help a lot, and it was not that difficult for me to build. I think I have 1,500 followers there, 2,000 Twitter followers. It's not that difficult if you do it consistently. But I'd say you have to match the time, the energy of the time. So I'd start with a template, say here's my standard template, and then copy and paste it and tweak the template as needed.
Someone else asked why we showed Startup Selling's profiles as examples today, and our idea was we didn't want to beat up on any agencies that are struggling with social media or feature one agency over another that's doing well with social media. So we used our own content and profiles as examples to provide a neutral party that's not competitive with any of you who attended today. One more question. Alan, how do you see the future of social media marketing as compared to email marketing?
That is a great question. So email marketing was the mainstay. You know, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, that's what an agency could have and should have focused on. And by now, hopefully every agency has a really great opt-in email marketing list, and that they're using it judiciously, you know, a couple of times a month is what we recommend. Today, I would supplement that with social media marketing, and if somebody does not have an email list, then we have to have the conversation, which has the better ROI, the faster ROI, and which one is likely more compelling. So today, we would definitely compare and contrast email marketing. If you had the budget, you'd do both. If you didn't, we'd take a look at which one is the more likely to yield the results that you want and which one would do it more quickly. And that would be an interesting conversation. I encourage you to reach out to John to have a complimentary consultation to discuss that.
Absolutely, and that is our offer that we'll close with today. If anybody would like a complimentary review of their current social media initiatives and or website, please reach out to us. We conduct that over a very concise web meeting. It's a complimentary consultation, so no obligation. Worst case, you'll learn something. And with that, we thank you all for attending. We hope you all have a great day.